Welcome back. Why are we staring at a rather kaput welder? Well, it's quite simple really. I've got to weld aluminium next, and we've got problems, big problems. That packed up on me a little while back, so I was just sat in the shed and gave it dust. The gas solenoid's packed up. I did put another one on there, but misjudged the voltage by mistake. So I've ordered another one, and we've got a separate gun to go on it. So instead of relying on the feed inside, the motor feed that's inside, we're putting an aluminium gun on that has the feed built onto the handle. And then we should, with a bit of luck, once I've changed the regulator over for those small argon bottles, we should be able to start tackling all of this aluminium. Speaking of which, Thursday I have ordered, let's leave that there, that goes with that. I've ordered all the bits I need for that welder. So, well, almost all of it. So hopefully we'll be able to plug in and be able to do some alley welding on that. We've just got to get a regulator and a pipe to connect to the regulator, and then I can run my little diddy gas bottles. So I don't intend to do that much of it, so there's not much call for that. Which leaves me, that pretty much leaves me jobless for the week, or does it? Not really. I've got this to sort out. This is the handle of a sliding locker, very similar to the one that's underneath there, as you can see. That's what makes the mechanisms up. Everything is pre-threaded, so we've just got to extend those and drill a shed load of holes. We're going to cut that out. I don't think I need that. Has the alley heads, the alley hasn't stuck to it, and we'll mount this probably there, and then hopefully we can shut that properly. And the idea being, we can then get some alley and plate that all out inside, and then we'll bolt the generator in and pretty much go from there. There is a generator and a fuel tank for that to go in. I don't quite know where at the moment. I keep debating. Here's the bugger, is I want to cut a hole out here, put a grill in, so I don't have to keep opening that door. Problem is, with it a snag, this is the piece of metal that's out of that join in the centre. We've got a little bit of a rubbery surface there, which will make a good gasket if anything, and we're going to have to drill out some new holes that will represent where this is going to sit. So let's get on with it. Okay, if it could go wrong, it did go wrong. Trimmed it off so it'll fit in that gap, because it was a double layer or double level. Anyway, we mucked up the threads inside the handle, completely mucked them up. So I made a bit of a pig's ear of it. Unfortunately, that one snapped on me. They were originally 5mm. I drilled them out to 6mm. That didn't work because my 6mm tap was worn, so it just made a mess of the threads. In the end, I tapped them out to 8mm, which is what is in there now. And it's definitely stronger than 5mm. we can't dispute that. The handle is on, we've just got to somehow fill up those holes because they look untidy. We've got to screw that one on, and the other one that's on the floor we've got to cut and fit because it won't fit completely on there. We've drilled 3 holes so we can spray grease in there, keep it all lubricated, and it all does what it's meant to do. It does work, it's just one of them jobs that just didn't go according to plan. Next thing to do on this is to cut a hole out, put a grill in so we can get air in there. I would like to try and neaten these up because they're a mess, but that means repaint, and I've already took on stickers and I can't get another one of them, so I don't want to mask that sticker up and have a layer. I don't know what to do about this problem. I'd like to get some alley cut. I'm not going to put a lid on this. I don't think it's going to be necessary, so we'll just rivet in some aluminium best as possible and get this locker sealed up, and then we've just got to purchase central locking kit for the driver, passenger and that door. There were a load more of those latches down the yard, and it has had me thinking that maybe I should abandon that handle and put a load of them on. That would all match for definite, because that handle, I don't like it. It's not in the best of places, if I'm honest. There you go. That hole didn't go so well. That one's fine. I've just got a rivet to put in the bottom of that, and I've got to drill a hole to put rivet in that one. When I put the alley skin in, I'll re-site that hole so it's a bit tidier, but other than that I think we're good to go on this. So next is the alley skin, and then we'll put the tray in for the generator. I've been thinking about the generator. I've got an issue with the fuel tank, and I didn't want to cut that tray down based on the aggravation I went through with that. I might just put the whole tray in, and then the extra space that's next to the tray, use that for some sort of luggage, maybe spare fuel or something like that. I don't know. Right, till tomorrow. Oh, this is a nuisance. It's been doing this all morning, on and off. So that locker may have to wait. I actually have done some improvements to it. I've cut into that hinge, and now it sits a bit more flusher around here. I've got to get a piece of angle iron on the inside so I can put a rubber seal in it so water don't get in it. Plan today. Very crudely, but they are done. Just got to get some black sealant now so I can seal them all in place, and we'll do some riveting. There is room for a roof if I should need one. I have left angles facing the opposite way. We can slide a piece of wood down and then screw it in. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular, but I'm not expecting water to get in from that area, and we do need to keep airflow in this locker, but we don't want things flying out when we're going along either. The tray is underneath. Once I've got these locked in, I'll bolt the tray on, and once I've got the tray bolted on, I'll then think about pulling the generator out of its frame and mounting that into the tray that is for this. I've also got to put this hose back in somehow, but it's so untidy, and then we've got to find some angle iron or angle aluminium to rivet along the sides so we can put a rubber seal around just to stop the rainwater getting in through that upper gap. And I think also, while we're on the subject of gap, I might just sand some of that area back. It ain't very straight, is it? I had a lot of trouble with that, but that's where we've got it so far. Right, we're getting closer to a usable locker. I have also took the tinniness out. There's a trick to that. Get your sealant and do a couple of crisscross patterns along the back. The sealant, when it rubberizes and forms, takes the tinniness out of the metal. Some people put bead rolls to do that. Well, my bead roller isn't working, so I can't. That was my only other option, and it has worked. So next thing now is to get the tray, but I don't know whether to let this dry off a little bit. It'll take hours for this to dry anyway, but I'd like to get the tray in and then we can drop the generator in. A lot of this is not getting painted up, so it will probably be this scruffy for a very long time till I get round to it. I would like to put a lid on this, but that's something we'll have to look at a later date. I have got to get some plywood. Right. We will need hydraulic ram on that. There you go. So the genie can sit neatly on top of that. I can run it outside the truck or inside, whichever I please. I need to put a grill on the front of this a little bit so I get some air to draw in there, but also this means I've got a spill tray, so we're not going to get covered in oil over there. Also means that I can do maintenance on this tray. I can pull it all out, and I've got a free access to everything. The only thing I haven't checked yet is whether this tray is too high for the locker, because I'm still unsure if that generator is going to fit in there. That's it, we can take this no further. The generator is in. Just got to purchase a new fuel tank. There ain't a lot more to do with it. I'd like to get some new plastic covers for these if I could, and we need to get some aluminium around the outside of that for some rubber seals to latch against all of that, so we've sealed it and water can't get in, because that's what's going to be the killer on this. That's it, can't do no more. So with that I think we're going to pack up. We are done. Completely. Voila. What do you think of that? She likes it. I like it. So with that in mind, thank you very much for viewing. We'll catch up with you next week. We do have a linear actuator sitting in the house, but we're still waiting for the gas valve for the welder. We're still waiting for a little, what do they call it, chassis plug from a CB. Believe it or not, that's what they have on those little welding torches. So I've got one of those coming from Poland, and I'm waiting for the brackets for the linear actuator as well. So as soon as that comes in, we'll make a start. I also need to get some more aluminium, and I need to cut it. That's going to be noisy, so I might have a word with the yard and see if I let me cut it down there. Other than that, there's nothing more I can say or do. So with that in mind, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.